Hi there, and welcome to One on One with Social Register members. My name is Yniguez, and I am the owner of Social Register. One on one with our members gives us a chance to learn more about our members on a personal level, more about their business, and all that they're doing for the community. So tune in and find out how you can get connected and build your quality network with one of our Social Register members.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us today on One with SR members. Today we have Debi Kinney, and we will be learning more about her and CSI Vegas. Well, welcome to our one-on-one interview, Debi.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, I'm excited to have you and learn more about you. So, Debi Kinney, please share with us who you are outside of the business. Who is Mrs. Kinney?
Oh my goodness, multifaceted. So I'm a wife of going on 13 years. Our wedding anniversary is on New Year's Eve. I am a mom to a 9-year-old, going on 10-year-old son. I'm a dog mom. We just adopted a puppy during quarantine. I'm a fitness enthusiast. I am a lifestyle blogger. Um, I am a fundraiser and a charitable person, so doing a lot of give backs. We have the Walk to End Alzheimer's coming up here in Las Vegas on November 7th. So I'm a team captain for that. I think the word that sums that up is busy. Debi Kinney is busy.
She is. And you and I are friends on social media. Just to share a little bit of what I know, your husband does amazing things for the Alzheimer and the community here. Share a little bit about that because I want the community to know about that too.
Absolutely. So my husband is Dr. Jefferson Kinney, and he does work at UNLV in the Department of Brain Health, which he is the chair of. He's a neuroscientist. So he studies schizophrenia. Mostly right now, he's studying Alzheimer's. And so he's doing groundbreaking work with Alzheimer's, which I'm very proud of him for.
Yeah, and I just saw an announcement on him. So you guys definitely need to follow Debi on Facebook and on Instagram. That's where her and I are connected, and that's where I'm seeing all these amazing announcements and things that he and her are doing for the community. So definitely connect with her on that, and we'll share all that information down below in the description and also at the end of this interview. So Debi, I know that you are the general manager and director of sales for CSI Vegas. Now share with us what CSI Vegas is.
Absolutely. So I've been in the hospitality industry for almost 25 years. I hate saying that number, but almost 25 years. I've been with CSI Vegas almost 3. So we are a destination management company. So essentially what that means is we are an event management firm. We've got a number of offices across the nation, but we service events locally, nationally, and even internationally, and have been in Vegas for 3 years, but have been in business for 33 years. So we're well versed. We started as a destination management company. That is really in our DNA. And what we do is we really put together or bring to life our clients' visions for their events.
Oh, that's a lot of fun.
It is.
We do events, and I know that's extremely fun because you do them at a larger capacity, of course. So do you assist people in planning those events? What do you exactly do for the company, and how our members in the community can reach you, and what you would be assisting them with?
Absolutely. So we put together events for groups large or small, really any size. We've done small board of directors dinners for 6 people, and we've done massive events for 6,000, 15,000, and really everything in between. So it really depends what the clients are looking for. Obviously, right now, 2020 has been a challenging year for in-person events. So CSI DMC has really, the word of the year is pivot. We've pivoted, or we've added virtual services to our portfolio. So we've been really successful at adapting to the current event climate and adding those virtual components to our portfolio of services. So we can take you online and create a platform for your annual event, your holiday party. We can create add-ins. So let's say you're a company that has a virtual platform, but it doesn't have a registration component. We can service that for you. Or we can do enhancements, like I've got one coming up that's going to be a virtual wine tasting with a winemaker from Napa Valley. We've done all sorts of comedians. We've done singer-songwriter sessions. We're doing remote gifting for the holidays. So we really are that one-stop shop in a time when so many people have absorbed other roles in their company and they're pretty spread thin, and adding an event and all the details that go along with it is really the last thing on their mind, and it's stressful for them. We're a one-stop shop. You email us, you pick up the phone and call us, and we talk to you about your vision. We talk to you about what your budget is. We talk to you about all those different elements, and then we're able to be an extension of our client's team and bring those visions to life.
I love it. So you do all aspects of the planning. So if you need staff, let's say you need a venue, the food, everything, you take care of it. So we
absolutely do, as much or as little as our clients need. So some folks like to source a venue on their own and handle the menu, but they want us to handle the staffing, the entertainment, decor, and transportation. Some clients want to call us and say, we're coming to Vegas, or we're in Vegas, we want to host a, let's say, a holiday party. Can you help us? And we can source everything for them. So we really adapt. We're very flexible. So we adapt to each client's needs and where their particular area of focus is.
Oh, wow. I love it. Well, I need to talk to you.
Absolutely.
So you don't only service Vegas, though, right? You can do international or national?
We can do national, international. So we have 11 regional offices. However, we operated in 2019, we operated events in 72 destinations around the world. So we have a team that can deploy, that is well-versed in various locations, and we're able to produce events anywhere really in the world.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk. So I'm sure people know that we have expanded to other cities here in the U.S. One day we'll be international, but Debi, we need to talk.
We will.
So what differentiates CSI Vegas from any other, company that's similar in the business?
Sure thing. I think one of the first things that I always go to is the fact that we're privately owned. We're not a consortium or a franchise. And so being privately owned really allows us to be very flexible, very nimble. The client always comes first. I still talk about, even though I've been with CSI for 3 years, I still talk about it a little bit from the outside because I do bring that perspective of almost 25 years in the industry. And CSI is very client centric. We've got an 85% repeat client ratio. So our clients are coming back to us time and time again. And so that's one of the things that really differentiates us, is being privately owned, being able to flex and really listen to our clients and provide that. We're not a big box type of company where it's, well, everything is set in black and white and there's no flexibility. And so I think that's a really important aspect, especially when you're dealing with events, which are really living, breathing animals in and of themselves. And so that's a big piece. But on the flip side of that, I think the fact that we've been in business for 33 years, we've got the expertise, we've got the processes, but you still get that boutique touch. That really, our team really differentiates us because they're all really high level senior players in the industry who have been there, they've seen it, they've done it. We come to the table with solutions and ideas, but we're able to take the client's vision and implement what we've seen, but always making it new and dynamic and interesting for each individual event.
I love it. Yes, I agree with you that sometimes when you go through a huge corporation, then there's so many hoops that you have to jump through. Or maybe if you wanted to do this really outrageous creative event, but then you have to run it by this person and this person and this person, or we can't do that, or there's rules and regulations. So I love that. So you can be really creative and listen to your clients as to what kind of event they want to put together. So I do love that you are privately owned.
Yes, we are. And I think I should also add, our business model is very different from most other companies. Typically in most companies, you've got sales and you've got operations. We've actually got a 3-tier business model, which really allows us to flex and help each other. The team helps each other in supporting the clients at whatever stage they're at in their event. And I think that's been a big differentiator for us as well, because it's not just sales and operations. We've got specialized departments to really support our clients.
It's a team effort. Yes, you're all working together to accomplish that event for the client. I like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, like I said, and what I've shared, that her and I are friends on social media. So I see a lot of the locations she's checking out. So you guys definitely need to connect with her. And just a sneak peek, I saw one of her tours of the Allegiant Stadium. So that's just one of them, okay?
It's just one of them. It is. We're so blessed in Las Vegas because we really are one of the event capitals of the world, and we have. I always say I love the fact that I get to represent Vegas every single day because we're dynamic. Whereas some cities are really no offense to any other cities. I have to put that disclaimer in. But whereas some cities are really selling the same thing over and over, and people go there for the history and to see that element. There's nothing wrong with that. But with Vegas, we're constantly reinventing ourselves. We're constantly raising the bar. We're constantly looking at what's new, what's exciting, what's trending, and how do we take what's trending and make it trendier. That is really where our Vegas mindset is. And even when you're looking at the pandemic, it's about how do we come together as a community to bring back in-person events, but do it safely in a way that can be replicated by other cities. That's so important, is that we want to be leading by example and doing things the right way. And so I feel very grateful and blessed every day that I get to do this in a city that I love, with amazing venues, amazing partners, amazing industry organizations like Social Register Las Vegas, to be able to get the word out and come together and talk about how do we help each other out and how do we just become that best community that we can be.
Yes, I have to agree with you that I love the Las Vegas community, especially the business community, because I feel like you said, during this pandemic, we're all in this together. We're all here to support one another. And how else can we help you? Like, if there's anything you need, please reach out to us. And if we can't help you, we will forward you to the right person. I know Debbie has done that for me in regards to a particular venue she sent me over, because I was like, hey, I would love to see if they'll do a mixer. So yeah, I agree. I think here in Vegas, we're a large city, but I feel like our community is so strong and close to one another. We want to support one another, especially in the small business community.
Absolutely.
So I have to ask, because obviously you are in the events, and I'm in events. When do you see us being able to do events, even though, the governor has released some parameters and has extended that for us? We're now in October, the middle of October, and I know for Social Register, we're starting to plan for 2021. So normally we usually plan, we already have our events down for the rest of 2020. But because of things that occurred, we did have to make some changes. So now we're planning for 2021. So you being in events and being in that industry, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? Please share.
Absolutely. So I see things locally and globally. So I get two different perspectives. Locally, I can tell you, well, I can actually say globally, everybody wants to meet again. We are people. We want to be back together. This has proven to us that virtual and computer events are phenomenal, and we're so lucky to have that technology, but there is no replacement for in-person events. There's a dynamic and a connection that you just cannot replicate behind a computer screen. And so everybody really wants to meet again, but we want to do it safely. CSI is very forward thinking. So we've done informal client surveys. We've put together different industry roundtables to survey our client groups, whether they're third parties, corporate direct, associations, to talk about what are they seeing and feeling as far as events coming back. So as of today, my first in-person event is actually in December. And so that's soon. What I'm hearing across the industry is we're really looking at Q2 of 2021 being the stronghold. That's where people are really starting to rebook, contract, be comfortable with saying that they're going to have an in-person event in Q2 of 21. I have a ton of proposals and inquiries out for Q1. And I think it's just that tenuous. People want to meet, and so they want the information. And as soon as we start to see some of those events come back, I keep using the analogy, it's going to be a fire hose to the face, right? It's just going to be like, okay, now all the events are coming in and everyone's going to want to meet again. So again, our focus is on really making sure that our clients are comfortable with it, that we're doing it in a safe way. So we're working very closely with our hotel partners, our venue partners, our other vendor partners to make sure what social distancing, what PPE, what do they have in place that is going to protect not only themselves, but also the clients in a way that is not only safety oriented, but also perception oriented, because perception plays a big role in events, live events coming back. What we are hearing also is that virtual events are going to stay around for a while. So even when in-person events come back, there will most likely, for most groups, continue to be a virtual element. So that's what we're calling the hybrid events, where there's an in-person and a virtual component. It's a hybrid for a number of reasons. Number one, it caters to folks that don't have the comfort level, or maybe for a health concern, cannot travel for whatever reason, but they can still attend. It also, for some of our clients, we've seen that virtual has skyrocketed their attendance. So they're reaching folks that have never been able to attend a conference in person, but now feel like they have a different type of connectivity. And so there will always be that virtual component for the foreseeable future. And so it's sort of a mixed bag. We are seeing events come back. The majority of them right now are virtual. In-person is starting to come back around. So I think you're spot on with Social Register. 2021 is going to be where we start to see the strength of the in-person event come back around.
Yeah, so we're trying different things, and a lot of everything you said, I agree with the virtual events. I feel like it has allowed us to expand. It has allowed us to connect with others from all over the US. Like, if we didn't have this virtual aspect, I mean, there would be other ways to connect with these individuals, but I wouldn't have a member in Virginia. I wouldn't have a member in Phoenix, Arizona, and Austin, Texas, and Southern California, even though they're semi, like, only 4 hours away. But the virtual aspect has allowed a lot of companies, I believe, to connect with different people all over. And I love that aspect. So for Social Register, virtual is not going anywhere. But thank you so much for that insight. So we started little by little, we did an in-person event. And I feel like a lot of people who do events are going to start doing the little ones, like maybe it's the max of 20, maybe it's a max of 50 people, just to get the feel of how people are feeling. Do you have any insight on, I guess, the client base? What are they sharing with you in regards to attendees?
Absolutely. Well, what we're seeing start to come back first really are social events. So you're going to see birthday parties, weddings, more social type events come together, because there's going to be less it's going to be more choice-based to attend those. When it becomes a company conference, there's another layer of responsibility there that can sometimes muddy the water. So we are seeing the social events coming back first. So we were seeing weddings in July, in August. We were seeing those types of events. Now I think with those coming through and doing really, really well, in our rates as far as infection have not gone up, now you're going to start to see that trickle out into business events. And we're seeing a lot more corporate. I was trying to go through like what type of events in my head. It's a lot more corporate direct that we're seeing come to life. One of the side effects of the pandemic, outside of the safety and perception issue, is that now because business has been sort of cut short, a lot of revenues are down. So it's going to be this domino effect of, okay, we're ready to meet again, but where are the revenues at to bring back those in-person events? And so that's what we're looking at now, is how do you marry the two? If we want to have in-person events, where are our revenues at? Where are our budgets at? Are people willing to pay for events? Are people willing to come out? Is it a sales-based show? Is it more of a trade show where they can look and feel and touch? So that's sort of the point that we're at right now, is we're really in those discussions in this moment. I was on a Vegas hotel roundtable call yesterday, and they're really in the thick of it. And all of us right now are going through budgeting for 2021 and forecasting. And so that's a big topic of conversation at this very moment, in fact.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for sharing that, because I've been wondering, and you're the go-to person for that, because you're in it. You're having the roundtables with the people.
Yes.
So thank you for sharing that. I have a lot of clients from Southern California who usually come out here to do their conventions, expos, and then they want to host like a VIP event. So now I have some insight that I can share with them, and I'll definitely connect them with you, because you can give them more information on that.
Would love to. Absolutely.
So I always ask this question in a lot of the interviews because we are business focused and we're seeing a lot of new entrepreneurs pop up because since this pandemic, I feel. What is one piece of advice you would give to new entrepreneurs stepping into the game for the first time?
Absolutely. Well, I've owned my own business, and I do feel like to survive the pandemic, we've all had to put on a bit of an entrepreneurial hat and think like a business owner in order to survive. Many people have even started side hustles during this time. So I feel like Social Register Las Vegas right now is really filling a void for folks to come together and network and get educated. So my advice for those people would be to know what you know, but almost more importantly, know what you don't know so that you can be mentored. You can seek education, you can research, you can connect with industry organizations like Social Register to find people that are strong in the areas where maybe you're not. So I think it's really important to know what your skill set is and know where you need help and be okay for accepting help. I always would tell my team, I don't ever see it as a sign of weakness to ask for help. I think it's a sign of strength because it's saying I'm looking internally and I want to do my best job possible. And if I know I don't have this skill set, let me find someone that does so we can put forward the best product or service that we can. So definitely be a sponge, be open to help, be open to new information that will make you successful.
I agree with you 1,000%. So there are days, like any entrepreneur, sometimes you question yourself, right? And believe it or not, so I share a lot of things with my husband, and my son is there. My son is about 17 years old, turning on 18. And I'm just so amazed at how mature he is. And, you know, we'll throw things out and he's listening. And one of his comments the other day goes along with what you said is, if you don't ask the questions or if you're not willing to learn, then how are you going to grow? And I'm like, did you hear that from me?
Oh, I love that.
He is also going, you know, he's going down the entrepreneur route. So he's reading a lot of books and educating himself. And to hear that coming from someone who's 17 years old, turning on 18, it just amazes me because I agree with you. Like I said, 1,000%, as a new entrepreneur, don't ever be afraid to ask questions, ask for help, you know, join organizations where you can, you know, develop relationships and, you know, find your business bestie.
Yep, exactly. I love that. Business bestie. That is so true. That is so true.
And someone you feel comfortable with, because I know, you know, me coming into as a new entrepreneur and buying the Social Register, even though I was running it for 9 years, even myself, I was like, well, how do I do this? Well, what do I, you know, is anyone experiencing this? So I found the groups for me that I felt were safe and I wasn't, you know, judged. And we're all here in it together, whether you're in the events industry, whether you're an attorney, whether you're a financial advisor. So I feel like Debbie and I have the same vibe and we're on the same path.
We do.
She is a great connector, trust me. So Debbie, how can people connect with you? Because I always talk about building a quality network, and you are one of those individuals that's in my quality network. Obviously, the people I connect myself with are my quality network because that's the people you should be surrounding yourself with. So I feel like I say that all the time because obviously you wouldn't be a member if I didn't feel you were a fit for the organization.
Right,
and you wouldn't feel you were a fit for the organization, you wouldn't join. So let everybody know how they can connect with you, whether you want to share your email, your website, social media. Feel free to do that.
All of it. Well, obviously, I'm in the Social Register membership directory. So if you're watching this, you're probably connected with SRLV in some way. So all my contact information is listed there. Our website address is csi-dmc.com. So it can be a little bit of an alphabet soup. So I'm going to say it again, csi-dmc.com. And then you can connect with me on social media. LinkedIn is a really good way to find me. If you're really looking for event information, I post a lot of resources there. I post a lot of my venue sites and trips around town on LinkedIn so that people also have that information as resources. And then I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. And my email is debi.kinney. And my Debi is a little weird, Debi Debi.Kinney at, again, CSI-DMC.com.
Debi, your name is not spelled weird. It's creative.
I changed it in 3rd grade. I saw another Debi that spelled it that way, and I thought, that's cool. I just changed
it yourself. That's so funny.
That was that entrepreneurial spirit coming out.
Yes, you've always been an entrepreneur since you were in 3rd grade. I feel like everyone is, right? If you're an entrepreneur now, you've always been an entrepreneur.
I agree. Wholeheartedly, I agree.
Well, Debi, I'd like to thank you again for coming on with one-on-one with me and sharing with the community all about what you offer and how you help the community. Again, if you're watching this, you're not a member, please feel free to still reach out to Debi and find out how you can do events here in Vegas, but also outside of Vegas. She will make it easy for you. And I need to get in contact with her so it can make it easy for me.
Absolutely. We're here to be a resource to anybody. And we're not a company that's going to say, oh, you have to hire us for us to give you information. We're very flexible. We want to always make sure that it's the right fit. If we're not the right fit, if you need one little resource that you just need a question answered, we're going to help you. We believe in connecting people. We believe in helping people in the best capacity possible. So definitely reach out to me. I know it's tough right now in the industry, especially hospitality has been hit really hard. So if you ever want to do a call just to talk through what's going on in the industry, where there's opportunities, I'm always open to helping other people. That's really what I live by, is be kind, be grateful, and help others. So.
I love that. I love that. And she's all about building relationships, as you can see. So I will put all of her information in the description. So you definitely need to add her to your network and connect with her. I know she does virtual meetings with me and phone calls and emails. So reach out to her. Thank you again for tuning in, and thank you again for joining me today, Debi.
Thank you for the opportunity.